Hey guys, welcome back to the Bearded Brewers View. I'm Debo.
I'm
This
Al,
is-
the Reverend.
I'm Gorgeous George.
Today we're doing a review on red ales, not one company's, but all in general, and maybe a little bit different ale from somebody else. That guy.
So red ales, right? Red. That's what I
Red.
like about and Devin's red beer. I think there's a theme going on here. So who has a red ale? Raise your glass.
Who doesn't? Drop your head in shame. But I can't say that I had that beer like a week and a half ago. Unfortunately, I didn't make any notes on it, but I remember it being good.
It's
I
all.
remember it being good.
So what are we sipping on here today, Diva?
George Killian's Irish Red.
Fine red ale. But why don't you show us what you're drinking?
So today I have an uplifted Scottish ale from, let me get the glare out of there a little bit, from Talisman. That's what I've got.
Different styles of red ales, which are I learned quite a bit today and just in preparation for this episode. So before we go into those styles, important aspect, as we were discussing earlier, is the glassware.
We learn more and more about beer. It always seems like glassware recommendation is out there. Every beer type has a glassware recommendation. It does seem to bring out those flavors. Something about the way the shape of the glass is, it adds the aroma, enhances the air to beer, creating that flavor that is what they designed it to be. That's what that flavor was supposed to come out as. This is not the American pint. It is, you can see it has the little bubble there. And that's to enhance that airflow as you drink the beer. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've had a Killian's and not this glass. So I don't remember how the flavor was different, but it definitely is it's a good beer, especially coming out of this glass. It's really nice, really smooth.
Yeah,
you get that malty flavor out of it. It seems to be working. So.
Absolutely, and as I've shown my glass like a handful of times too, another recommended style is a tulip glass. To your point though, Debo, is just straight out of the bottle, completely different compared to in the glass. Some of the different styles that are out there. The reason that I thought this was interesting is because there are quite a few different styles. I always thought that there were 100 different kinds out there, but according to the BCJP or BJCP, Beer Judge Certificate, whatever, these people, there's a couple of different styles. There's the Irish Red, which is what the George Killian's is. Then there's a Flanders Red, also known as a Belgian Red. And then we also have the American Red, which is a what's the word I'm looking for? More of like an amber. So here we have the Flanders Red. If my mouse would work, I will show you guys what the Irish Red is. Here we go, the Irish Red. So the Irish Red is what we're drinking right now. This is kind of our base topic, right? And to Debo's point, what's really nice about this is you saw that the appearance is medium red copper color, low off-white tan head. I mean, that's very, very accurate. Not a lot of persistence on the head, but it does have a lot of malt, in my opinion. I don't think it's low. I think it's moderate to high. Toasty, definitely get that, and definitely that buttery type flavor is there for sure.
Yeah.
And what was interesting, the more I read a little bit about all this, the American version, which is more of that amber color and an amber ale, which, as it was written on the internet, and the internet never lies, because Americans love hops, you'll get a lot of hop out of these American red ales. And not all Americans love hops. I mean, I'm looking at two of them right here that are hop beers.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a little phase where I was kind of into the IPAs and hops and stuff, but
Well, you know, I mean,
He's a
every
face.
style's for, you know, whoever wants to drink it, right? I mean,
And there's still plenty of time that I enjoy an IPA, you know, but it's just they're overwhelming now. Like there's too many. They're over hopped, I think. You know, it's just hey,
there's my wife in the background, which, by the way, this is going on YouTube, so if you don't want to be in it. I mean, I'm all about showing off my hot wife.
And it's tucked in my shorts. That's attractive.
Sorry, what were we talking about?
Hoppy beers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
hops and IPAs and the takeover.
That's the only other red ale I could find while looking for red ales yesterday, besides the Killian's and the Roja, was red IPA. That was it. Like, and actually, out of IPAs, I think the red IPA is one of my favorites. We did a clone of one several years back that was one of my favorite beers we ever made.
I remember that. That was the wasn't it like Red Hook or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was a clone of a Red Hook.
But yeah, but so to your point though, that was my struggle here today when I was out shopping. I mean, I could find Killian's obviously, but all the red ales had just like 5 pounds of hops in it. And I mean, that it's not, to me, that's just not the way a red ale is supposed to be. It's not a way an amber ale should be either. And GLASSWARE just, you get
yeah, hey,
okay.
I don't know what happened. My internet like died for a second.
Devin, get excited. Like a kid on Christmas. He's back!
That was
yeah, so to add to your point there, Al, like it definitely is a very smooth, buttery, like you were saying. And I noticed I did crack a new bottle and I took a drink straight from the bottle, and it had a lot like more of a bitter flavor to it. Like kind of had that like dirt almost, like not like a hoppy bitter, but like I don't know, it like wasn't nearly as good right from the bottle. Poured it into the glass and it's right back to that smooth, easy drink flavor.
And
I'm gonna go get a glass.
Oh, hey, there's the mustachioed individual.
Hey.
Look at that. Look at that.
Let's go that high. It's just like,
let's play a little bit of trivia. Are you ready? It's time for beer trivia. So, Braden, with 300 points and control of the board, where do red ales originate from?
I want to say
time music.
I would say Ireland.
Okay, good guess. Good guess. Devo, what's your guess?
I'm gonna say America.
Both amazing guesses, except Devin's is wrong. Technically, on a technicality, Gorgeous is correct. They originate from Europe. Kind of right.
So Europe doesn't really narrow it down.
I know, right? It doesn't at all. That's why I said technically he's right.
But I was gonna guess England.
And see, that's where I think they're probably more common.
Like, yeah, a red and a brown. Like you'd probably get that more, I'd say, in like England.
I'm gonna go into a different red ale. So I've got Lucille. And Lucille is a red ale brewed by Primal Brewing out of Huntersville, North Carolina. I've had their beer before, and it has just been, not good. But,
so you're really looking forward to this one, huh?
Yeah.
Also switched up beers, and immediately this has quite a bit more head than the Killian's had. The Killian's was very coming out of a bottle compared to a can.
Yep.
CO2 always ends up differently that way, but you can see, like yours, you also have that little bit of head.
Yep.
My Killian's never did that.
No, mine either. Yeah, it dissipated quickly. Now has a Scotch ale, and Debo and I both have another red ale. Now, if you notice, I'm just going to show right up front. Look, I mean, you can't even see through that, but with the Killian's, you almost could.
Yeah.
It is a much deeper red.
I should have saved some Killians left, but mine's actually pretty, like, not quite as dark as yours was. I can closely almost see through it.
It's a little bit darker though than
Yeah,
Killian's.
it is darker. Yep.
But see, now your Scottish ale resembles a little bit more of what we're drinking now compared to the Killian's.
Right, for sure.
Now, this beer I actually like. So way to go, Primal. It's the only one that's good. Compared to kind of overall what we've been talking about, it hits all the same notes that a red ale would be providing you, I guess is the right way to put that. It's a lot sweeter than the Killian's, and there's a lot more malt.
So I'm drinking Maltese Cross Red Ale from Roja Brewing Project, and they're out of Salt Lake, Utah. The Maltese Cross Red Ale, when our firefighter buddies from Salt Lake City's Local 81 wanted to collaborate and raise money in the community, we couldn't resist. Naturally, we opted for a big, bold red ale for the occasion. Brewer's secret, reserved malt character, not what is that word? Intrinsic?
Intrinsic.
Okay. In a red ale. That's interesting.
Yeah, it says it pairs with 4-alarm chili, 96 hours off after 48 on, and with bingo fundraisers.
And bingo fundraiser.
It tastes absolutely nothing like the Irish Red, the Killian's that we just drank. Absolutely,
much like mine.
Yeah, I couldn't even compare them side by side as the same beer. Like the Irish Red definitely has that light smoothness of a lager, where this has much more of that ale flavor. It also is hoppier than I expected. They don't mention anything about the hops in it, but I definitely notice a hoppier flavor.
With your Scottish, compared to the reds that you've had.
Well, like with this one, it's just kind of easy drinking. It's not super forward on a lot of things. It's like pretty malty, and it definitely helps to get a little bit higher up to temperature and in a glass. That's helped out a lot.
Okay, sweet. So,
but because it doesn't have any smokiness in this one like I have had in other Scottish. No, not really. Just a little bit of like caramely and like kind of hoppy. But
okay. Overall, I'll be honest. I'm a fan of the red ale in general. I mean, it's like we've said kind of in the beginning all the way to this point. Like it's other than Debo's being a little bit hoppier, it's a nice break away from that IPA that's just so popular right now, and I mean, it kind of sucks. I mean, I love IPAs, don't get me wrong, but being able to break away from that and have something that's a little bit more sweet versus that sour and hoppiness is just so nice.
That's one of the best things about beer is there is a beer flavor for everything. Like especially here in Utah.
Between the two, for the closer, I would much rather have this over this. But if it came down to it, for a craft beer, what this Lucille offers, it's sweet, definitely. And for that, I'll give that one a 3.5 out of everything else. But the Killian's, I still think is a solid beer. You can't go wrong for a mass-produced beer. I give that one a 4, honestly. That's where I stand.
For me, the Roja, like the hoppiness surprised me. It's not bad though.
Yeah.
Like it's just a good finishing note to make it a little drier. It still has a malty flavor.
Words are hard,
right? Beers and words, they don't go well together sometimes. I'd like Al was saying, like to compare the two, say, okay, Killian's over Roja. The Roja has way more flavor than the Killian's did.
Yeah,
So if you're looking for a light summer drink, hanging out outside, you're going to be drinking beer all day, I'd go Killian's. But if I'm wanting something with a little more flavor, a little bit stronger notes in the mouth, I'd go for this.
And who doesn't love notes in the mouth?
Right. So to judge them both, I think I'd probably give them both a 4 for me.
Okay.
They're both good, but different. Totally different.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
I just have this. This is all. I only have one.
But you've had
But
Killian's.
I have had Killian's, and I would have preferred the Killian's, 100%. This
Okay.
one for me
Let's
just
back up
was.
a little bit. Would you rather have had the Killian's over what you have now, or a Killian's over some of the other reds you've had?
Out of the other reds that I've had, I would have. Once again, it's very situational, kind of like Debo's saying.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for something a little bit more complex and maybe to have it with a dinner or like a plate of wonderful French fries and starchy goodness, then I would love to have like that Imperial Red Ale from Red Rock, like with a bunch of cheese on it and stuff, like, and then just like a little hoppiness to break it up would be awesome. But if I'm going to be like you said, like hitting a session where I'm out working in the yard all day and want to like a couple beers here and there to keep me going, then I would definitely go with the Killian's.
And then Killian's over that, you'd say Killian's.
Yeah, for sure. This one it was fine. I would say it's just fine though. Maybe like a 2.5 out of 5.
So again, thank you guys. We appreciate you watching. You now know a little bit more about the difference between a red ale and Scottish ales and amber ales and a Flanders red ale and an American red ale. One of them is drink what you like, and that's all that matters. But overall, as Debo said, there's a different beer out there for everybody, and you're going to like what you like, and you're going to not like what you don't like. So don't drink one and swear it all off. Try others. And we said in the beginning, but we do want to say, again, thank you, cheers, and
Cheers.
keep being excellent to each other. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Launch it.
In this crazy world that we have right now, it's that's what it's all about, man.
Absolutely.
Find time to sit down with your friends, make friends with a neighbor, have a beer with them, be good to each other. Yep.
Absolutely.